Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Women's Council Collin County Live podcast. It is my pleasure to introduce my fellow team members. Will be Ms. Carrie. She is our programs director. Our secretary, Miss JC, and then Miss Steve. That is also she's special. She's on.
Misty, you want to go in? Oh, there she is.
Sure, Shannon was frozen. Hi.
Okay, the beauty of technology sometimes. All right, hang on a second, guys. Sorry. All right, technology. Anyway, as I was saying, Misty and I serve on the Collin County Association of Realtors, the community outreach. So we've done several events this year, but we did an event that kind of started in memory of our late past president, Christy Black. So the day we first did the event was on Saturday the 17th. We did screenings for Living for Zachary came in to screen, so we screened 41 students. But that day we also had a bus, and we wanted more stuff in that bus. So we decided that we would host another Stuff the Bus for Frisco Threads. Miss Misty, would you like to introduce our guest?
Absolutely. Would you guys please give it up for Terry Palmer? She is on the Frisco ISD Council of PTAs. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you.
So we're doing podcasts these days. Terry, we're so excited about our next drive. But can you tell the folks a little bit about Frisco Threads and what your mission is and how long you've been an organization, how long that's been a part of the PTA?
I certainly can. So Frisco Threads is the closed closet that is hosted by the Frisco ISD Council of PTAs. It is brand new. We actually opened this past week with our first shoppers, and we've been working all summer on getting donations and getting ready to go live. And what we do is we are a resource for our economically disadvantaged students in Frisco ISD. We want those kiddos to have clothes and have nothing that's holding them back from getting the best education possible. So Frisco ISD is very lucky to have wonderful partners that do other resources. And the one that was missing was clothing. And so Frisco ISD Council of PTAs decided that that should be our little contribution to the district. So we have partnered with the district and have opened our clothes closet.
Great. Thank you so much for that. It's interesting when I first approached, I have a friend who works for Frisco ISD, and I was like, we want to do a school supply drive. And he was like, we're good on school supplies. We get a lot of school supplies. What we need is clothing for our disadvantaged kids. And I thought, wow, what a great idea. And then I thought about Frisco and Collin County being a very wealthy county. Just, didn't realize that we had so many children in need. So can you tell me a little bit about that demographic? Like, if your closet was full, what would that look like? Just tell me a little bit about that. I know there's two questions in one, but
two questions. So the economically disadvantaged students in Frisco are more than most people realize. We have about 8,500 students that are fall into that category, mostly like that free and reduced lunch type category. And we have a lot that are just above that the parents are working hard, but may not be able to get some of those extras that other Frisco students are lucky to have. So that's kind of who we're serving, what and how many we would love to serve. Right now, we are based in the Acker Special Programs building, which is one of the older schools in Frisco that they now use for special programs. So we're in sort of a classroom size. But really what we want to be able to do is any student who has some need for clothing, we want to be able to provide for them. Right now, we've got it kind of structured where we provide them new athletic shoes, bras, underwear, socks that are all new. And then we have gently used or new clothing in all different sizes. So we have a great need, and it's going to go on for a long time.
And we look forward to helping you. Just one last question. Has COVID exacerbated the need for clothing? I mean, I would imagine.
Since we just started, I'm not sure that I can say that it has. I'm sure it has, but I don't know that we have directly had an impact from that. But there are always kiddos that need clothing. Our program is the students can come to us, and then we can also have counsel referrals. So the counselors in the schools, if they see a need, they call us, and then we work with the families to get those kiddos some clothes.
Yeah, and I know, image is so important for middle school kids and high school kids. Today was school pictures for my son at Lebanon Trail, and I'm like, "Are you going to wear the collared shirt?" And he's like, "I don't want to look like a prep school kid. I'm going to wear it." Fair enough. Fair enough. Just make sure it's clean and wear some jeans. So, and we've got a link to your website, I believe, which is the friscopta.org. It's got all the information on there. And, to our viewers out there, we would love to see you guys in full force on the 14th of October. So come on down. We'll have a banner where you can, take a sign and, help promote the cause. Terry, do you have any last words for our viewers?
We appreciate all donations. We'll take gently used clothes, but we're really in need of new athletic shoes of all sizes. Shockingly, the little kid sizes and then the adult men sizes are our biggest holes in Frisco Threads at the moment. And then new socks and new underwear and new pajamas. Those things that are on our Amazon wish list are probably our greatest need. And then obviously we'll take the gently used clothing as well.
Awesome. Terry, did you have a question?
I do have a question for you, Terry. Outside of donations, are there any volunteer opportunities within your group is there something we can promote and help you guys with?
Actually, there probably is. We are still kind of up and going and figuring out how the process is, but we would love some help in sorting the clothing. Usually on Monday mornings, we sort from about 8 to 12 at the Acker building. We would just need you to get background checked with Frisco ISD and then sign our confidentiality agreement. But if you ladies are willing to come volunteer, we would love the help in sorting the clothes. As you get a lot of the clothing in, you got to sort it into sizes and put it on hangers and that kind of stuff. So we're not going to turn away help.
Will you take my information and text me and so that I have your information so we can kind of coordinate that? Because I would love to do that for sure.
Yeah, that would be great.
Terry, may I ask how did this become your passion project?
So it's actually been in the works for a couple of years. And it really came down to, like I said earlier, Frisco's very fortunate to have some nonprofits that help with food and hygiene products for the students. And we realized that this is where the hole was. Like it was said earlier, it's kind of important that the kids all look similar to each other or are keeping up with their images. And we knew that that wasn't the case for some of our students. So to be able to provide the opportunity for them to have the same as everybody else is what we wanted to do. As PTA, we want to help. And we found a hole, and this is where we can help.
Well, this is one thing I would challenge. And Misty laughed at me when I brought her the box. I think every lady has a few pairs of jeans in various sizes in their closet.
Absolutely.
So I was literally thinking that yesterday. I'm like, why do I have 27 pairs of jeans when I wear 30?
Shannon has fabulous shoes.
Yes. I love good shoes.
See, that's my way of paying it. If I get something new, then I need to pay it forward. So that's my negotiation with myself.
One thing in, one thing out.
Absolutely. And I mean, realtors are known for looking cute. So we know that those clothes are going to be well used and well loved to the students.
Yeah. So, but that was the one thing too. I'm like, okay. And then the more that I did, I'm like, wow, I didn't realize I had that. So I had a couple new pairs of pants. I'm like, wow, no, not fit. I don't know why. I got them on sale thinking I was going to, like everybody else work out. It'd be okay. I'm like, no, I'm just going to stick. And I joke with somebody. I said, in the summer, we've always, been prepared for dressing casually. But during the winter with COVID, I'm like, well, it doesn't make sense for me to sit in my office in cashmere and a jacket. So then it's like, then I go order some sweatshirts and then, it's just like, just paying it forward and helping and stuff like too. As my husband says, I like to shop under the influence of allergy medicine. So I have been known to buy some maybe wrong sizes. So that's where those shoes came from. So
We will take them for sure.
And actually, this is a great way for our realtors out there to, connect with your clients who live in the Frisco area to see if they've got some things that they would want to donate to Frisco Threads. A great way to serve the community and keep your name out there as well.
Definitely.
Definitely. And definitely let us know, because we are, I can say on behalf of Collin County Association Realtors, they're always looking for an opportunity to volunteer. So if this is something that we can maybe get a group, whether we do it monthly, whether we do it quarterly, that's one of the things the network this year is Ron Leach, and his theme is be a good neighbor. How can we get involved in making our neighborhood a little bit better? What can we do to help those in need? And as Misty said, COVID just kind of made things even more crazy. So if there's anything that we can do through our connections or any way to highlight, we would welcome the opportunity, and definitely will spread the word. Also let the viewers know that they can go to Collin County's website, ccr.net. This way they can get more information. But we're excited to help again. It was kind of the joke for Misty and I. Was like, are they coming through? Are they going to give us are they going to drop us off something?
Oh.
So we're like, okay, we got to figure this out. Apparently too many people were working that Saturday. So this is why we did it. We're doing it Thursday, October 14th, and it's the drive-by. So you can bring all your goods, clean your closet out with all those jeans. And then that way you just drive through the parking lot. We'll have volunteers there. And then this way we just collect the clothing. So I know personally, if you have a Costco membership right now, they have a 0.30. You can get a jacket for $15. So I've started, every time I go to Costco, I try to pick something up. And I just have a pile that's going. But that's the beauty, is if we can think of someone else and make it a little bit better, especially for these crazy circumstances for children. I think they've already had a lot to go through. But if we can, make sure they're looking stylish and proper and they feel confident, it is our pleasure to be of service.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Well, I'm excited to work with you for sure. Do you want to put your information in the chat box?
Sure, I can do that.
And then we can reach out to you directly and find out what time and where and all of that good stuff.
And do you guys, I know this is your first year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you anticipate needing more seasonal items or kind of a work in progress?
It is a work in progress, but definitely, I know as it gets colder, one of the things we want to make sure that the kiddos can have is a winter coat, and hoodies and joggers and stuff. And that is something we haven't gotten as much of yet. So definitely seasonal clothing. Right now, as the shoppers come in, they've kind of gotten a little bit of everything, but they're welcome to come back and shop. We are kind of limiting what they get each semester, but they have the opportunity to shop in the fall and then again in the spring. So we will definitely need more seasonal clothing to make sure that they're clothed for the entire school year.
Cool. The reason I asked, just with it being October, and then that way some may have a coat or might not have a coat. And so that would something that would be needed.
Yeah, definitely coats, hoodies, those kind of fun things are great.
So since I'm an auntie, I don't always know sizes. What sizes would you say we need to start at for kindergarten, first grade?
I would say the younger kids are usually youth smalls, sometimes youth mediums, youth smalls, even 5T are younger kindergarten, first grade grades. And then it kind of goes all the way up. Those middle school girls are falling in those junior sizes or 0s and 4s and 2s of women's. So that we definitely don't have as much boy stuff as we do girls. Women tend to be a little bit better shoppers and buy in bulk, where the boys don't, and they definitely use theirs a little harder. So like boys shorts in all sizes, men's athletic shorts, because for those high school boys or even larger boys, they need those athletic shorts too. So definitely on the boy side, t-shirts and shorts, those collared shirts for picture day. that they need all that kind of stuff. A couple of the shoppers the other day had a few, and I was like, oh, picture day cloths. I love it. So everything. There's not anything that I can think of, like, just go through the list. Kind of what you would put your kiddo in to go to school, they need it.
And I'm sure at this point you are kind of limited on what you do have, and as we go along and as you get more donations, it'll look a little better, and then we can start focusing in on ages or sizes that you are short on, that we can fill those holes.
Yeah, definitely the larger sizes in the bras and underwear. The other day when I was looking, there wasn't as much on the larger sizes for like that young teen size, the 32, 34, or the sports bra. A lot of the girls like sports bras. We didn't have a lot of those yet. So those kind of items, definitely.
Okay.
And can you let everybody know, you had mentioned the Amazon list? Would you just kind of walk me through
Yeah, you have an Amazon list?
Yes, we do. We have an Amazon wish list.
Sweet.
So if you go to our website and then to Frisco Threads, there's a couple different ways you can help. It's the donating. And then we have an Amazon wish list out there. And we continue to update it based on our needs. So if we get a lot of a smaller size of underwear or socks, then we'll take that off the list and put the other sizes. So if you go to the Amazon wish list, it kind of spells out especially where our greater needs are and makes it a little easier to shop. And we don't care that you just shop at it. I mean, it makes it easy. You can go onto the Amazon wish list, purchase right there, and it ships directly to us. So that makes it easy. We're looking into getting some other links with maybe Walmart and Target as well, but this is where we've started at the moment. But that can give you an idea of what we're looking for. So if you found it somewhere else, we'll take it to you.
So again, they just need to go to the FriscoPTA.org, and then that way that'll connect them with the Amazon links, or if they want to go ahead and donate as well.
Yes.
Okay. And that way you can also save up your stuff. You're more than welcome to donate now. And then that way come see us again in October. So you can do a drive-by. And this way we can go ahead and get them in some socks and shorts now. But maybe in October we do some hoodies, we do some jackets.
Yep, jeans, all that fun stuff.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to helping with that.
Yeah, we would love to have the extra help for sure.
Shannon's frozen.
Okay. Did everybody go out for a second?
Oh,
She's here, but she's just still. Can you hear us, Shannon?
Yeah, everybody was just like, it's all good. I'm gonna blame it on. All right. So anyway, as we were saying, definitely go to their websites. This way you can check out the Amazon page. Let them, help them now get started with, like she mentioned, the athletic shorts, the sports bras, some basics. And then this way, when we do our drive-through at Collin County, which is at Coit and Legacy at 6821 Coit Road, and we will be doing a drive-by drop-off on Thursday, October 14th from 9 to noon. And Misty, did we get a bus this time?
yes, we did. We sure did. I'm not sure what size of bus. I also wanted to put in a plug for the Department of Transportation. If you know of anyone who's needing a job, I know Frisco ISD is in desperate need of drivers. They pay really well. It's a great organization. So just go to Frisco ISD/transportation. You can find that.
Okay. And I did want to point out, when you go to the FriscoPTA.org website, if you just scroll down just a little bit, there is an icon there for Frisco Threads, where you can click on that and get to their actual website for their group. And all the information is there. Clothing needs, current specific sizes. There's their Amazon wish list. So you can find everything there.
Perfect.
Ms. Terry, is there anything else that you maybe tell our viewers that what you may need or how else we can help?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for considering helping those students in Frisco. Appreciate your help. It was very fun with our first shoppers on Thursday to see their big smiles when they got to walk out with some really cute clothes. And they were super excited to go home and try them on and head to school. So thank you. It is well appreciated. And it goes a long way to making sure that we fill some needs in Frisco.
Well, that was one thing as Misty and I as chair and vice chair when we were looking at our community outreach projects. What could we do that was different? I mean, in the past, we've done food drives. We've done 2 food drives. We helped with, that's why, as Misty and I said, we screwed around one day. We got to work with Texas Ramp and build a handicap ramp. So, but they even let us use the saw, and we got to screw and unscrew because we had it. But it was cool to say that we were part of that. But that was the thing that we just wanted to do, is take a look. How could we help our community? I know a lot of people thought, backpacks. And as he said, once she started asking around, this was cool because we would have been pushing backpacks. But instead, we can sit here and say, okay, instead of backpacks, go get some socks, go get some gym shorts, go get some sports bra, jeans, whatever. Because a lot of families have had it hard the past year. And I think everyone's struggling to get back on their feet. So you can't take anything for granted. And then that way, if we can just do our part in however fashion to pay it forward and just take care of our neighbors and maintain, that's our theme of be a good neighbor. So hopefully maybe down the road, once we all get background checked, etc., we could pick a date and get more committee members involved to come up and help out on a Monday and share that too.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for joining us, Terry. We look forward to working with you.
I appreciate the time. We're looking forward to that bus full of clothes.
Yes. Then you're really going to need some sorters.
I know, then we're really going to need some help sorting it all.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for joining us. And then that way we'll definitely share your information when we on the podcast. And then that way we also can share your information again on our website, on Collin County, which is our Facebook page is WCR Collin County. And then that way we'll share, that way we'll see if we can get on links so they can just click on or maybe find a donate button. And we would welcome an opportunity to maybe highlight and work with you again, just so our goal was to do a variety. Again, just because it's COVID, there are so many people that were in need. So we just wanted to look at associations that we knew we could make an impact and bring awareness to that. So, because I think some people in the day-to-day, they don't stop to think that others are less fortunate. And what can we do to pay it forward?
Yes, definitely.
Well, thank you, Ms. Terry. And we will definitely share your information. And hopefully we'll see you soon to help sort some clothes.
That'd be great. I'd appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, ladies, we have, for Women's Council, we do have some upcoming events. It is not too late. I know Texas Association of Realtors canceled their in-person events. Women's Council Texas, if for those that are coming, it's $89. And the cool thing is you do get 5 hours of continuing education. You get some great speakers. And then it also gives you the virtual option. So if you want to sit in your chair and not travel down to Houston, I do believe the fee on that is $49. But again, we're going to have Houston Association of Realtors is doing a kind of diversity class. This is new. So we're going to have that from 8 to 12. And then we have Jennifer Berman, who has a show on CNBC. And then we have another, I'm going to forget their names and I'm not even going to properly say their names, but definitely I'll post it on our website. And then just to bring awareness, because I'm looking forward to the topics, because the demographic of the past year or so has changed. And the great part, if we can just be part of the conversation and making it a little bit better, that would be something that we would be honored to do. Ms. Carrie, do you want to talk about what we have upcoming for Collin County?
In events or podcasts? Which would you want to hear? Well, I did want to mention that this month is Realtor Safety Month. And so we're going to have an officer from Plano Police Department be on our show later in the month to talk about some things that realtors need to be paying attention to when they're out showing houses and doing business. So you're going to definitely want to tune into that. And then we also have a men's health podcast scheduled for one day this month. So we do have some good things coming up this month. So be sure to listen in. every week so that you can hear the topics that we talk about, because we're trying to be as relevant as possible to our industry, as well as provide information on health and safety, health and wellness, and anything else, volunteer work, anything that we can do to try to give back to the community and uplift our communities.
And the other thing too, if you maybe know of a vendor or someone that's new out there, please invite them, because if anything we've learned this past year, sometimes you feel like you're on an island by yourself. But when that's the beauty of Women's Council. We don't consider it competition. We consider it a sisterhood, family. And that's the beauty, because we're here to help you take your career to the next level, and there's special, designations that you could get. And as Carrie said, we do have a couple of gentlemen. I think we have 4 or 5 now on our committee. So we're excited by that. So we did invite the one gentleman to speak on his health journey. And that was something he was passionate about. Misty and I. So we're excited to have him on board. But one of the biggest things for Women's Council is known for.
Well, we lost Shannon. She's having some technical difficulties. So, JC, it's just me and you carrying the load here.
I know it.
Do you know what, is it the second week in September 14th that we have?
Officer Biana's, it'll air September 22nd.
Okay.
So I think we're recording a week ahead. So
Right.
He will be on. I don't know exactly what area. I told him pick what's most relevant that he knows of for our industry. If you've ever heard him before, he's very entertaining.
Fantastic.
Yeah, keep you laughing, but also gives some really, really good safety techniques for us. Yeah, you just had a good scare. That was amazing. What happened to you last week or so?
Scary.
Yeah, and it really has made me more aware of my surroundings. You know how we get in that little rut where we are busy doing our day and not even thinking about a threat that might come up. And I mean, as simple as getting out at the grocery store, there's been several women in the past couple of weeks. I think it was Costco who was loading their groceries in their trunk. And I think it was on the news where someone would go up and just steal their purse while they're loading in the back. But yours was even more scary, where someone just comes up and then starts doing stuff to your car you didn't even give permission to do. And I'm sure as we head more toward the holidays, it's going to be
get worse.
More. Yeah. So
people are so desperate.
Yeah. People are very desperate, and there's a lot of craziness going on right now. So to be extra aware of our surroundings is going to be super more important, especially since, like realtors, we go and preview sometimes our homes, or we're doing, like I've done numerous FaceTime showings for people moving here. They're relying on us to do a virtual showing with our phone, and we're in the house by ourselves, and the houses could be vacant. And he has a lot of tips and tricks to be aware of.
And he has a lot of, he has real life examples. That's the best thing, is that he has real life examples where situations have happened that we just need to be more aware of. And, when that happened to me in the grocery store parking lot, I put it out on Facebook and tried to get as many people to share it as I could, just so that people were aware, because I had no idea that this even was a thing. And
me neither. That was amazing.
If I had known that it was a thing, whenever it happened, I would have been more prepared for what to do.
Yeah, I had no idea.
But I had no idea that, that was even a thing. So
me either. And they
was completely caught off guard by it.
Put their hands on your car and started doing stuff to it while you were in the store. And then you come out and they're demanding money from you. That is super scary. And I think you handled yourself very well. Good for you, girlfriend.
Thank you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. But like I said, I spread it as far as I could spread it to make as many people aware as possible. So that, and that's really what you want to try to do. You know, what he's trying to do is to bring awareness to this, to the reality that the world is so crazy and that we are so vulnerable, especially as women. We're so vulnerable to the people that are desperate and the people that just want to bring harm or whatever. You know, we just
I was telling my husband about it, and we were talking about how our area is growing so fast, and it's becoming more like a metropolitan area than just our little hometown or big hometown, and now we have all these different things to be thinking about. Just simple as going to the grocery store. And you know how we are. We get our list and we're going, oh, don't forget that and this, and we're jumping in.
And we got calls coming in and we're texting people and this listing is going bad. And then all of a sudden, and I don't catch myself all the time walking through the parking lot reading, okay, well, because I've been driving for 20 minutes and my phone's blown up like this.
Right.
And, you know, you get it, you're walking in the, okay, I got 5 minutes to get into the grocery store, and you just cannot do that. You have to be more aware of your surroundings.
Right. Not anymore. You have to be looking around constantly. I know when my daughter went off to college, Officer Bionis did a great talk to girls about, because now you're not with your parents. So these are things you need to be aware of, having your keys in your hand, looking under your car, looking in your back seat. So it's all those things that, and walk with a purpose.
Yes.
That's what he would say.
Walk with a purpose. Yeah.
Shannon's back. Yay.
Yeah.
We lost you.
I know sometimes I'll sit in my car if I'm in between appointments and I don't have time to get back to the office or time to get back home. I have like a little desk that sits on my steering wheel and I set my laptop up there and I would work. But even that makes me nervous now.
Yeah, dangerous.
Because, you know, people can see that I'm in my car, that I'm alone and that I'm not paying attention.
Right.
And so I had to quit doing that.
Isn't it crazy? That's just not right. We have to change our whole, but that's what's happening with our area growing so big and
it's so diverse.
That's when you go make Chick-fil-A at your office or McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I do now. I have Raising Cane's that I go to, and I have a couple of Chick-fil-A's. I got a couple coffee shops that I like that I go in and get tea. So, you know, I mean. And it's a change to the way I do business. I mean, not the way I do business, but the way I work all day, you know, it's not earth shattering. It's just simple changes that I've decided to make myself less vulnerable in the parking lots.
Right.
I think when I was in a hotel, I was at one of my hotels when it was off of 35 and Northwest Highway. And people's like, oh, this area is a little shady. And I'm like, you know, and then I was talking with Nancy Garcia she's part of Tree Pack. I said, the highest crime rate in Dallas is North Park Mall.
Yes.
And so it's just like, you know, when we always walked out in a pair. And so that's the thing, because you never knew, because you've had so much. And I think especially too, in the haste of maybe just trying to get back out and, you know, we're just happy to leave the house now. They may not be as aware as what they possibly would have been. So, and he's great because he's spoken at Collin County before at one of our business developments. So we were excited Miss JC was able to get him to come.
No, I can believe it. I was thinking he would be so booked, you know, but
because he always is. He's always
he usually is. Yeah.
So I'm glad he's given us some time.
Yes. Very, very, very pleased. I told him about 30 minutes, but I think Shannon said up to an hour. And I was like, oh, okay, that's all right. Maybe he will stay longer.
He has so many stories. He can sit here and tell us so many stories.
Oh, I know.
Well, that's the thing. I think maybe hearing actually from an officer instead of us, maybe, you know, they'll take it more seriously and more to heart.
Yes.
Because some of the crazy people doing the crazy things aren't going to go away. And if anything, we can do is learn how to protect ourselves. And like you said, if we're walking with a purpose, have your keys in the hand, you know, hit your panic button, because How many of us have walked into a store and forgot where you parked?
Oh yeah.
And then you're like hitting your
Walking
cleat.
up and down the aisles. Yeah. Yeah. Not a good thing.
Yeah, we're a little vulnerable then when we look like we don't know what we're doing.
Yes.
So, but that's the beauty. It's just we're excited to partner with London and the Difference to educate about Women's Council and how we can help you take your career to another level. As JC shared, we have the referrals, but we also have our events, which Miss Carrie is doing. We've had one of our fun events that we did this year was Derby Days,
Yeah.
and it was fun to see everybody wear their hats. So we're kind of things are moving around like everywhere else. So we're hoping our next event kind of got pushed. So maybe we're looking to maybe do a more holiday. So, but if there's a topic that you would like us to talk about and you think would be great, we welcome the opportunity to have you be a guest, share in this way, because we're all about community and how we can do or spotlight others to help each other in business and how we can grow as a community and make it a little bit better. Ladies, do y'all have anything else?
I think that's all I've got.
That's all I've got too.
Well, definitely. Again, we'll just say go to Collin County Association Realtors. It's ccar.net. You can look for their upcoming events that we're having. So the drive-by will be Thursday the 14th, and it's from 9 to noon. So go by.
Is that the same day as the screening?
I'm sorry?
Is that the same day as the screenings? The heart
No,
screening?
you're doing the screenings separately, because last time when we did the screenings for Living for Zachary, I think people saw more Living with Zachary and they kind of didn't see at the bottom Frisco Threads.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the part. And we weren't for sure with it being on a Saturday. We just did not get the drop-offs that we did when we had food drives. And so that was one of the things is like, let's separate it. Let's get the proper promotion. And then that way it's a cause, because we're looking to do something with community outreach. So this way, we can do it once or twice a year. So, we have our food drive. We did, I think in March and April, we did Minnie's food drive. We did the ramp, I think in June. And then other projects that we have coming up. So, and then we did the heart screening. That was a combination day. So we helped 41 students and we got 20 bags of clothes. So I did go home after that and clean out my closet. So go try on those jeans that don't fit, and then that way pay them forward to ladies out there need to be stylish. So
I might have to give all of my jeans away.
Well, every lady
Time to go shopping.
Every lady has multiple sizes in jeans. I mean, that's just the beauty of it, whether you rotate it or so.
Yeah.
That's how I negotiate with myself when I go shop. I have to pay something forward. So
and don't forget to go to friscopta.org and check out the Frisco Threads website so we can start helping them out. And
that would be a fun event to plan.
Yeah, it's on my list. I took a lot of notes while she was talking, so it's on my list of things to do for us.
Yeah, instead of us doing like maybe a networking event, we could do that.
Yeah. Now the other thing I will say, Ms. Carrie was here, and I apologize, Ms. Carrie. I didn't tell you ahead of time last time what her story was.
Oh, it's okay.
But Cheryl was phenomenal. So we've already joked. She said she's going to cook for us. So in case you need to volunteer and you're a little hungry, CCAR on Saturday for the Living for Zachary will be 10-2 from 8 to 3. And then the Frisco Threads, we wanted to make it during the day. So everybody, maybe they drop off kids to school, they have their donation, and then they just drop it off. So we wanted to make it easy and then to give it both the exposure that they both deserve. So thank you much, ladies. Sorry for my technical difficulties, but it is
okay.
So thank you guys so much. We appreciate you watching. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Thanks and have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.